Welcome to this The Beak Masterclass. My name is Tom van Meulenbroek, Global Culinary Advisor for the Horeca channel for The Beak, and today I will show you some nice inspiration around a new solution, the Beak Cream plus Mascarpone. This dish is a contaminated take on Italian cuisine. It consists of a rich broth based on black garlic that is topped off with acidic cream of Bergamo lemons. We further accompany the dish with cimi di rape, which are the stems of broccoli and give a nice bitter edge to the dish. And last but not least, the main part of the dish, which are the raviolis, which are filled with a filling of pork enriched with a Japanese touch and the Beak cream plus mascarpone. We start making the filling of the ravioli. For the filling we use plain butter and pork shoulder, which has a large amount of connective tissue that turns into gelatin. We slowly saute the pork shoulder in the butter. Once caramelized, we add the finely sliced shallots, Japanese salted soy sauce and vinegar. At the last stage, I'm adding the cream plus mascarpone. The cream plus mascarpone has the ability that it can be used into cooking preparations. Although this is a fire preparation that consists of a high heat in combination with a slightly acidic environment that comes from the addition of the vinegar, the cream plus will not curdle or split. Now we are going to quickly reduce the mixture to the right consistency. This way I avoid to extremely bind the filling with starch or flour. Using extra binding agents will give less flavor release in the mouth. The binding in this ravioli filling comes from the presence of collagen in the meat that will be further stabilized with the butter fat. Once cold, you have the perfect consistency to fill your ravioli. And once cooked, you have a nice and smooth, rich tasting filling that will more or less give a flavor explosion in the mouth whilst eating. Put the filling into a blender to create a fine consistency. Reserve this in a piping bag and let the filling stabilize in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. Now let's go to another element of the dish, the crème of Bergamo lemons. We squeeze the juice of the Bergamo lemons and add a dash of concentrated dashi. This gives a nice savory umami edge to the crème. Now we are slowly adding the cream plus mascarpone and stir the mixture. Because of the acidity, the cream will get a nice natural bonded consistency. The cream is coagulated. Season the crème to taste and reserve in a squeezing bottle. It's time to assemble the dish. In the meanwhile, we prepare the ravioli and cook these for 2 or 3 minutes in salted water. Quickly saute the cimi di rape like you would when preparing fresh spinach in a little bit of butter, and when you like, add a clove of garlic and potentially season with some red pepper flakes to give it a nice little kick. Here we have the black garlic broth. Black garlic is very slowly caramelized garlic. I first came across this ingredient in 2008, when it was first used in its purest form at the El Bulli restaurant. This broth consists of soy sauce, champagne vinegar, roasted sesame seeds, miso, nori, ginger, and of course it's finished with the black garlic and pureed into a fine consistency. Dress the sautéed cimi di rape in the middle of the plate, arrange the ravioli on the side, and on the other side dress the black garlic broth. Finish with some finely sliced chives and flakes of sea salt. Another Italian dish, and this time a more contemporary take on a classic, saffron risotto, or risotto milanese. The recipe is originally created by Luca Montesino, one of our The Beak ambassadors, and today I will show you how to make his creation. With a bit of tips and tricks I learned myself in the past when I was working in Italy. Little side note, instead of the porcini mushrooms that are out of season, we make use of braised beef short rib in a red wine sauce. Let's start with this first contemporary part of this risotto. In a blink of an eye, I will show you how to easily create a mousse that is light in texture and full-bodied in taste. To create this espuma, we use 400 grams cream plus mascarpone and slightly heat the cream. In 3 stages, we add the grated Parmesan cheese. You can see how easily the cheese dissolves in the cream into a nice and stable homogenized mixture. We add the mixture to a cream canister. Slightly cool it and aerate the mixture with 1 cartridge. Reserve in the fridge and take out for service up front to make sure the espuma is at room temperature when you serve it. I also took a modern way towards the cooking of the rice. Preparing a risotto is a time-consuming kitchen preparation and needs to be done on the spot. It's hardly impossible to cook a risotto during preparation and reheat it during service. The end result will be mushy and the end texture of your risotto will end up very sticky and heavy to digest. What I did here is that I toasted the rice together with finely sliced shallots and a tiny bit of garlic in the butter. Then, in 1 stage, I add a nice quality Chardonnay at the same amount as you would cook rice in Asia. So, 20% more liquid than rice. I cook the rice quickly in the wine until the wine has evaporated and rapidly cool the rice. This is something you can perfectly do in preparation time and will save you up to 5 minutes during service. I will reheat the rice and break up the big lumps. Here we have a light veal broth that we infused with saffron. And we're adding it at once, and this is contradictory to cooking risotto in a classic way. Normally you stir, but personally when you overstir the rice you loosen up too much of the starch, which gives you a too sticky end result, and by fiercely cooking and occasionally stirring, you already loosen enough starch to get to the right end result. Key for risotto is to get that right consistency, in combination with grains of rice that are cooked to perfection. Once you take off the heat, you see that the rice still contains too much moisture. But at the point when it starts to cool down, the rice will absorb even more quickly the liquid. Optionally, you can add a small dollop of ice-cold whipped cream plus mascarpone. And this is another trick that Gualtiero Marchesi, the godfather of modern Italian cooking, added to the risotto preparation. Instead of cream, he added cold cubes of butter infused with onions. It shocks the cooking process and created a perfect creamy emulsion that is a key criteria for a good quality risotto. We will accompany the risotto with some classic beef short ribs braised in a red wine reduction. Let's start plating risotto. Arrange a few spoons of risotto onto the plate and pound to a flat base. On top, we dress the short rib pieces braised in the red wine reduction, which gives a nice contrast to the rice in terms of taste and texture. Then another ode to the great master Gualtiero Marchesi. His signature risotto always contained a squared gold leaf in the middle of the rice. What I did is that I made some Parmesan crisps in the microwave and sprinkled these with some gold leaf. To finish the dish, we add the airy espuma of Parmesan cheese at the center of the plate. Thank you for watching this short masterclass about the Big Cream Plus mascarpone. Like said, as a summary, the Big Plus mascarpone, the perfect ingredient to add some indulgence to your dishes. So on one side it's convenience, on the other side it's a pure product, solely cream and mascarpone in that sense. It's an ingredient or solution for your whole menu, so from starter to dessert you can use this product. I showed you some Italian inspired dishes. Hope it inspired you. If you have some more questions, please go to the Q&A button and I will reach out to you. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.